Hello everybody, Mike Maloney with the Veterans Memorial Park and Digital Library. Glad to be back here again in the VFW National Convention. We have a person from the home state here, or close enough I guess, a mile away or so, from Kansas, Mike Golden. Please, Mike, spell your last name.
Golden.
Excellent, sir. Please start by telling me where you came from, where you grew up, high school, how you got into the military.
Well, I was born in Sioux City, Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
My father was a musician and he owned music stores, and he moved us at a very young age from Iowa to California. Started in the San Diego area, and he started opening up stores in the mall as Orange County, San Bernardino, all the way up into Redding, California, which is just a little bit south of the Oregon border. That's primarily where I did all of my high school, junior high school. My mother was a teacher and a vice principal at his school, and my father was a music teacher after he sold his businesses. And the real story on how I joined the military was I was given an option. Back in the day, you were given an option if you were a troubled teen, and I met my recruiter with my juvenile probation officer. And it was decided on my 17th birthday I should join the Army instead of go to the Gray Bar Motel.
Excellent. Army, where tell me about that. What you do, where did you
My
go?
MOS was 31 Kilo, which was a communications technician, and I rarely ever did my job. When my first duty station was in Korea. As a 17-year-old young man, I found an old dirt bike in underneath.
You were 17 in Korea?
Yes, sir.
Oh my.
Yes, sir.
Where in Korea?
I ended up at, well, I started, obviously everybody starts at Camp KC, and then they moved me to Camp House, and then we went up to the Z for 2 90-day missions. So we were up on the Z, Panmunjom. But my job that I did in Korea was probably the best job in the Army. I found an old motorcycle, an old dirt bike under an old GP large canvas tent. And this old motor pool sergeant, he said, if you can, I'll keep it clean for TV, but if you can get that daggone motorcycle running, you'll be the battalion's motorcycle operator. So I got it running, and I'm not a mechanic. I don't know how I got it running. I'm still not a mechanic, and still don't know. But it ran. So he sent me to motorcycle training school at Camp Casey. When I came back, he took my military driver's license, and he wrote to be issued motorcycle. So I rarely worked in the communications field. I would be inside of a armored personnel carrier with my motorcycle. The hatch would come down. I would hear from the colonel, hey, I need to know what's on the other side of this hill. So I'd ride down, go up the top of the hill. I'd radio back. There's another hill, colonel. He said, okay, come on back, and we'd load back up, and we'd go. I was a messenger, a scout, not a scout person, like a 19 Delta Scout, but that was for our
non-traditional.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I was.
That's very interesting.
It was fun.
Yeah. So you did that in Korea. Then what'd you do?
Then I came to Fort Lewis, Washington. I was 18 at the time, and the very first beautiful woman I saw was having her 21st birthday at the Fort Lewis NCO Club. And I was 18, and I thought, hey, she's 21, maybe she could buy me a beer or two. And 35 years later, here we are.
Oh, that is so sweet.
And I don't even drink.
His wife's off camera, by the way. That's why he's sucking up right now. All right. So after Lewis, what'd you do?
I ETS'd the first time from Fort Lewis. I just did my first 3-year initial tour, and then I got out and I became a used car salesman and worked at an auto detail place and an auto auction. But I was recalled back to active duty 5 times out of the inactive ready reserve. I would receive a telegram that said, one of them said I had 48 hours to report to Fort Knox, Kentucky. I've been reclassed as a tanker. I'm going over to Desert Storm. And that was a telegram, so it kind of dates me a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
And I was recalled back for different schools, and I was recalled back for support of Desert Storm after I got back from it. And I did a grand total of just a little over 9 active duty years.
9 active duty years, right on. Well, thank you for your service in that. What do you do now? Our motto is never stop serving. We know that veterans, in our blood, we never stop serving. What are you doing?
Well, I am retired. I'm 100% disabled. But I volunteer at the Dalton Defenders Museum in Coffeyville, Kansas. and I am definitely a veterans advocate. I do get a chance to help the brothers and sisters that are in our community and in writing their claims, getting them approved. I've had quite a bit of experience when I was in California helping veterans with their claims. So I'm a claims liaison. I kind of hook the veteran up that has nothing,
That's awesome.
and then we hook them up with the claims writers and get them together and get the benefits that they have earned.
Right. Well, that's awesome, Mike. Anything else you'd like to tell us? What's going on at your post?
Our post right now is in a transition, and I see neat things coming. There's a little bit of change that isn't necessarily wanted or warranted, but it's being welcomed. And so I have high hopes for Post 1022 in Coffeyville, Kansas.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, keep doing that great work, and thank you very much for talking to us
That's perfect.
today, and thank you for your service.
Right.
All right.
Thank you.